However, are they telling you everything? Shalom. First and foremost, giving all praises, honor, glory, respect, and blessings to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Bashem Rachakwadash. Salutations to the Lord's elect on the four corners of the earth, pushing this truth and sincerity while patiently waiting for Yahweh Shai's return, and double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, which have taught us everything we know through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shai. I just wanted to do a video real quick on this article right here. An article that is called Putin Explains Attack on Ukraine. And yeah, it's good that they, they're explaining why they're doing it. This, that, forth, and the other. However, they're not telling you everything or exactly everything that is happening in Ukraine, such as women being, laid hold on and seized, which that's what rape is, right? Women are being raped in Ukraine. Men are laying hold. They're seizing women in Ukraine and having their way with them. But let's read this article, right? So this article is pretty short. I'll just go ahead and read the whole thing here. Let's see if they mention anything about women being raped here in Ukraine. It says Kiev openly reject a peace deal with Donbas Republic, so Moscow had to protect them, the Russian president said. It says Kiev openly refused to implement a peace deal with rebels from the Donetsk and Lugansk people republics, so Russia had no option but to use military force to defend the people living there. Russian President Vladimir Putin reiterated on Tuesday Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky. And come on, man, you guys should know about Vladimir or Volodymyr. That's what they're saying. Volodymyr Zelensky, right? You should know that it says, which the word Volodymyr means elected or president. It says Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky and other officials declared that Minsk agreements cannot be implemented, and Putin recalled referring to the roadmap to peace in Ukraine broken by Russia, Germany, and France. It says the 2014 agreements detailed. So obviously at this point, they're not really talking about what's really going on in Ukraine, right? And here it is. This is RT News. I guess you could say that RT News is like the mainstream media. Which, don't get me wrong, Russia do have other news outlets where they actually do talk about the reality of things that's going on, right? But at this point, it's safe to say that, yeah, on RT.com at least, they're, which inevitably, maybe somewhere down the road, they will talk about the harshness or reality of the things that are happening down there. But it says that the 2014 agreements detailed how Kiev could reintegrate. I have to say, excuse me, because I said reiterate. I mispronounced that word. It says reintegrate its breakaway regions by offering them a general amnesty, greater autonomy, and representation in government. It says Kiev stalled progress on the deal claiming that it could proceed with its part after retaking control of the rebel-held areas. Hostiles in eastern Ukraine between government and rebel forces have continued since 2014, when the authorities that came to power in Kiev after an unarmed coup used military to squash the uprising in the east. They publicly refused to implement the roadmap while tolerating wait a minute. While tolerating this genocide that had been going on for 8 years was no. Oh, whoa! Wait a minute. What about the genocide of the so-called natives of America? Nobody wants to talk about the genocide of the so-called natives of this country. When I say natives, I'm talking about the so-called North American Indians, the so-called Gadites, okay, the Taino Indians, which are the Puerto Ricans, the Aztec Indians, which are the so-called Mexicans, the Guatemalans, okay, and then on top of that, amongst the northern tribe, our tribes were so large that they were literally offshoots of other tribes, like the Cherokees, the Choctaws, and there's many other. What about the genocide of those people? But you over here talking about the genocide of a nation of people that's been going on for the last 8 years. Man, come on. But anyways, I just got a scripture real quick before I close this out. Okay, this is the book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 2, verse 11. It says, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices, right? We're not ignorant of Satan's devices. You see, they can cover up. They can try to, do their best to hide in the news the harshness of the things that really be going on there. But the Lord will always put the spirit on somebody out there to expose what's going on and then to upload it to the internet. The fact that, our phones got cameras in them, we can record and actually go live as to what is going on and then upload it to YouTube. Those things are real. And there's a lot of things being uploaded to the internet that shows you the harshness of reality. We're talking about beheadings, dismemberments, people being murdered by machines because of carelessness, this, that, fourth, and the other, people being ran over, hits being put out on people dying from gunshots, people being jumped, people being mauled by animals. The internet shows all of those things. It's a matter of the right website to go to in order to know those things. Not that I'm saying that you should go there and view that kind of shit, but what I'm saying is that, it's out there. So, I'm pretty sure they got websites out there, right? Like Batscore and Hood.com, where they have like situations on Ukraine, right? And one of the major situations in Ukraine is what? Women being kidnapped, They're being laid and hold seized of, and then men are having their way with them. Okay? So women are not gods, period. But there was another scripture I would like to get. Luke chapter 8 and verse 17. Okay, Luke chapter 8, verse 17. For nothing is secret that shall not be made manifest, neither anything hid that shall not be known and come abroad. So whatever is hidden is going to be brought into the light. And trust me, there's a lot more going on in Ukraine than people think. Soldiers dying and getting blown up by grenades, and what they're telling you in the mainstream media over there in Russia, that's just the tip of the iceberg. You also have to consider, women being raped, children being kidnapped, cannibalism going on, people starving to death. You also got to think about what's happening to Israelites over there in Ukraine. Beheadings are probably going on, torture, human experimentations, wild animals roaming the streets. Okay, wild animals like lions and tigers, rhinoceros, elephants, all kind of dangerous creatures roaming the streets out there in Ukraine. These are things that you should think about when you hear about Ukraine, when you hear about Ukraine's situation. Just because you don't see a lion on TV walking past the camera does not mean there's not a lion roaming the streets somewhere out there in Ukraine. So with that, I'm going to say shalom is on to the next one.